Derivatives trading involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. Okay. Well, looks like I'm having some interesting stuff going on. Let's enable our strategy here. Okay. Pull this over here. Well, let's do the links first. It takes people time to come in. No rush. That's why I can hear myself. There we go. And there we go. Okay. Well, all I can see so far. Have we loaded? Are we done? Are we done? There. No, we haven't. What's the holdup? This chart's still not done. Okay. So the E-mini has come back a little bit. There was this close. It was just ridiculous. We need to get back up above 2690 or so before I would say they were like reasonable. But the Treasuries have come almost completely back. Well, at least from yesterday's craziness towards the close there, right? We could see further movement, but there's probably going to be quite a bit of back and forth. So, man, I would prefer shorts, but we got to be careful. I think we may see a move back up to, like 18.5. And do we have any new? Well, we do have news. We always have the usual Thursday news, like the jobs numbers and stuff. Okay, ECB is having a press conference. That's a big deal. So, let's make sure that we have the live squawk turned on. Enable. Okay. Alright, so we're just gonna chill until then. This setup here in Bitcoin is starting to get old. What else can I say but old? I'm wondering what the Bitcoin is going to do. They had a move this morning. More than shot out the move from yesterday. They recovered. Anyways, it's just really wound up, man. And it's just going nowhere. Is it ever going to do something? That is the question. Well, these treasuries look ripe for a pullback, which kind of makes me think that it's not going to happen. Kind of like yesterday, where, well, I guess we did get a pull. I mean, I made some money selling it yesterday, didn't I? But I'm wondering if we're going to get like a really tough to trade move. Let's just let the news do its thing here.
One minute.
Super tight range going into this too, into this news. It's not necessarily a good thing, I don't think. Forex factory. So we're looking for durable goods negative 1.3. Unemployment 214. I'm gonna bring up my tweets.
10 seconds. % for durable goods. Next.
Okay, that's not good.
1%. Thousand claims. Million. Revised for coming.
Goods trades balance was on
for ship coming.
Within expectations.
5%. And the retail. Over to the weekly initial jobs claims at 2,000.
Let's close Bitcoin. I need to look at that for now. Okay. So they're getting a good stack and a good pull here. Ooh. Yeah, somebody just got stopped out there. So somebody got stopped out on that tick up, but then they pushed it back down and the 16 pulled. That could be a lure right there. I mean, it's already absorbed a bit. But, yeah. So now we need to get the ECB press conference up. Okay. We need to get out of this. That's 63. Okay, the big order's not there anymore. Maybe we're free to move it back up again. Look at the 30-year. There's a big order down here at 08, but the 30-year is coming up. It's come up much more significantly than these two have, at least, from when I reset it. Even though it actually, when I look at the chart, it's been pretty tightly wound up here too. This is actually the kind of spot that my robot might take, I think. We'll see. Okay, so some liquidity just added there. Do I need to refresh this page? Why am I not getting the press conference? Okay, yes.
From maturing securities purchased under the APP for an extended period of time after the end of our net asset purchases, and in any case for as long as necessary to maintain favorable liquidity conditions and an ample degree of monetary accommodation. I mean, while somewhat bigger than expected.
This is acting really crazy.
Going tension and gradually pressure. Underlying strength of the economy, reports are will proceed and change even after gradual winding down. At the same time, uncertainty, action vulnerabilities in emerging markets, financial market main problem, significant monetary still further build up of domestic price pressures, headline developments term.
Pretty dovish.
Support continue provided by the net purchases here by the sizable stock of acquired assets and the associated reinvestment by our enhanced guidance any event. Governing Council is ready to adjust all of its as appropriate. That inflation sustained.
Okay.
Let me now explain, starting with analysis. For area real GDP increased by 0% quarter, both the first and second quarter of 2008. Coming inflation somewhat higher than expected.
Good.
Are based on an expansion supported by domestic demand and continued market.
That's really good. Okay, now they're past where there was a stop out.
Are having a near-term file. Monetary measures, domestic private consumption by ongoing wages. At the same time, business investment support solid and favorable financing and corporate housing investment bust. Expansion expected supporting export though case. Risks surrounding the euro growth outlook can still be assessed as balanced. At the same time, risks relating to protection, abilities in emerging markets, and financial market volatility prominent. Area and ICP inflation increased in September 2008, reflecting higher energy inflation. Basis occurring future prices, annual rates of headline inflation likely to current level. While measures of inflation muted, they have been increased. Domestic pressure strengthening high levels of capacity and tightening markets. Looking at underlying inflation.
I have an okay price, but
Up to the end of the
this is just
further
not quite ready to go yet. For some reason, it's like they got the move up, and it was a really good move up, and now we're kind of in a pullback. Interestingly enough, the 5-year put a target a little bit lower there.
3.5% is after apart from growth of loans to the private sector strengthened further. Upward trend observed.
Yeah, see, when they take those, it's a little strong. Well, they take it all at once, whereas when they're buying, it's kind of a trickle in. Notice
while the annual growth
all at once. Trickle.
percent unchanged. Euro area bank lending third quarter
Some liquidity just added.
indicates loan growth by increasing bank lending loans to and loans. Pass through of the money places continues to access particular and credit flow. Sum up, check of the outcome analysis. Signals coming from confirmed ample degree of is necessary. Continued
Equity news now,
sustained
Reuters.
communication
Liquidating
levels
the
below
unit.
but
Too
in
long.
order to benefits from other policy areas must be decisively raising potential and reduce implementation of where a country up
Okay.
willingness structural
So that's a change. They hit the 16.5. It didn't just tick down. There was a few people hit it, but they absorbed.
fiscal policy, broad-based expansion. This is particularly important in countries with government
Okay.
adhere act critical regarding sound. Likewise, parenting framework alignment remains essential.
Myers made some good progress there, but when you look at the cumulative delta, it's not like really going a trend.
Priority.
I think I can hold this, but I still need to be on my toes because this is not like just completely picked up yet.
And we
Just in case people hadn't already opened that. Okay, so there's the 3. Oof. Good strong bid. It's not. I don't think the what just happened there was necessarily good. Because the bid's not there. There was a strong bid there, and we ticked up, and now it's not there. Okay, well, they're absorbing it. Okay. Finally a flip. And this big bid in the 5-year moved up too. Okay. Wow. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. It's 6K printed on both sides of that. I don't know. Does it look slow to you? I don't know. Wow, wow. It's a good hold. Oh, come on. Wow. Okay. Well, big strong flip there. Okay. Hmm. I mean, I think that we're gonna bounce here, but it's a little tenuous. Like I can see it in the order flow that they may potentially bounce here.
Tighten.
I'm disappointed because there was a big, there was a big fight there at 17, and it really looked like the buyer was strong, and then the buyer won, but then we still went down. The E-mini did move down. I'm a little freaked out by what's going on right now. They reacting to something? So was there something? Okay, wage increases are not temporary. See, you kind of get this thing like you see this. There's a big move up. There's a big move down. A little bit of a creep, but they're not really going yet. It could be fast, but so far they're not really going. So now the E-mini is like heading like it's gonna do something crazy. And back down. See.
The German finance ministry saying 5 billion euros more tax for the government. Okay, 0.7% billion euros left.
I definitely see like a buy at 16 and sell at 16 and a half. But I'm really concerned. I kind of, it's a little bit less now. But I was looking at the E-mini and it looked like that the E-mini was like getting ready to like really pivot and kill it higher, right? And now it's kind of turning down and looking like it's going to go lower. So maybe the buy at 16 is a little bit better. But of course it's not. It's not at 16 anymore. This may be this kind of rangy action though could continue until the Draghi is done talking, and I think that it may be a good idea to just wait until he's done. that was kind of weird. Why couldn't Draghi have said that? So this trend up was much stronger than before. Would not be buying that, unfortunately. Still was waiting for +4 before, and it's still not giving it to me. I don't know if you short it here though. That would be kind of silly too. Okay, so the ECB hasn't talked about extending QE. That appears to have been one thing that kind of affected things. Mass assassination attempt. Was it actually a mass assassination attempt? It's funny. Paul Krugman tweeting. Trump couldn't fake it even for a few hours. His response to the bombs was to blame the media. Meanwhile, right-wing media went all fake news on a mass assassination attempt. I'm saying, was it really a mass assassination attempt? Because as far as I can tell, they were all like not real bombs. Okay. Okay, so we would have gotten it. Maybe even another tick. And I'm still not getting any kind of an entry over here. I guess what happened there was this move up was just a pivot, and this was the higher low and no higher high. So I should have bought there, and then here again I should have taken it. But see, now that they've taken another high, then I think that they might take down a couple again. You might get pulled back again, and they might try and make a look at those lows. I mean, if the E-mini is going to move up, then you could get that. Okay, the E-mini's taking a dive. It's unfinished. So ZB kept pushed through a lot of liquidity there to get above 24. What's going on here? Okay. Well, I see a potential short here. What the E-mini is driving action. E-mini had a dive and recovered back through. This could be the spot where sellers come back in with a vengeance, or we could get above 26.76 and start having some strong buying. So my probability here in the 10-year is a little tenuous. So I do see a potential short, but I don't know if, well, okay. So I am seeing the 5 kind of making me look like it's going to come back down. Good deal. Hmm. Here's the E-mini. It's back up to the top where the fall happened, and it's going really slow, but it is kind of moving up. So I'm wondering if you're gonna get a pop here. Need to. Okay. Hmm. Are you listening, Powell? Did you hear that, Mr. Powell? Okay, so there was a bit of a strong buying came in there. Okay. So I have to wake the kids up again. I hear one kid awake. But in about eight in the next 15 minutes or so, I have to get out of this. So final question, huh? It really irks me that the media asks questions like that. Like, you should know the answer to that. Why do you even bother asking? So we're wasting our time. Okay, so we're getting above. We're above the last pivot. I mean, this looks good in ES.
Where you see these strong these quick companies now ended.
Oh, so I think that I'm delayed. My video feed is delayed. Nope. Yeah, okay.
Russia's next thing. Ready to
Oh, I actually got out at exactly the price that I want to get in at.
next phase is currently in balance.
Okay, no, we go out, make sure they're all awake, and we're not gonna mess with it. Okay. Come back if I can come back and I can take something between 7:45 and 8:30. Then that's fine.
Russia and decision on goods. So next chip make
What's up? Now I'm back. Well, I still see the buy in the E-mini is pretty strong on the open, but you tend to get a bunch of volatility here at the open that I would rather avoid. Oh. Can Ninja Trader display open interest or COT breakdown? Okay. So some pretty crazy stuff happening on ES. Well, now we're above the bull bear zone, aren't we? Where's my bull bear zone? No, I don't want to mess with it. We are above it though, for sure. So I could potentially start buying now. I could potentially buy treasuries. E-mini might push lows and maybe they just straight up go lower today, but my gut feeling is that they will recover somewhat. The ZF is at its VWAP, so I do kind of see the potential here. Okay. So sellers overextended there a little bit. In the E-mini now, buyers are taking it. Okay. Well, they're at the top of this profile that they just made now. Treasuries aren't necessarily selling hard though. They still look scared to me. So there's this thing I kind of want to see how much. Okay. And then maybe they start hitting into that now. I don't know. What makes you say that it's slow, trader? You think that it's like delayed? I mean, it did the right thing right at 7:30. Everything's normal. So what would be how would I confirm that? Like what would be the test? Should I post a picture? Okay. So that little move right there was kind of the pullback. I mean, like the I don't know what you mean. Are you seeing behavior that to you looks like what do we call this, like queuing up, like where the feed kind of gets delayed and then all of a sudden it catches up? That certainly can happen. Well, I mean, nobody else was up there. Somebody's watching a video now, but that shouldn't be affecting anything. And I mean, you were seeing that long before that anybody. You were seeing that from the beginning of the session, so it wouldn't be that. I don't know. Like what I see in the level 2 looks normal to me. It looks a little filtered. So when I like to see it when it's like really smooth, like you can see the move is really. You can see them build and pull and build and pull. But sometimes the feed just filters it and you kind of get this more jerky, chunky stuff. So that's kind of weird. Okay, so good take. They didn't hold it. I've been getting that a lot today, haven't I? Okay, so here's the moment of truth. I see buyers coming in. Nope. They just lost it. Slightly concerning. Well, the delta is going against me, isn't it? I really thought I was getting something there, 20, and then it immediately turned on me. No. I feel like that's what mine looks like to me. Look at how much that thing is bouncing around, man. Hmm. I mean, the thing that confuses me is you guys said that it's slow but not delayed. But I mean, for it to be slow, that would have to mean that it's delayed somewhat. Like that you get in like 50 milliseconds buffering of some sort or something. I could look here in some settings, like there's the update interval 100, and I could say change that to 50. I don't know if you guys on the stream would even be able to see that difference, but I can kind of see a little bit of a difference when I do that. No, 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 no. You don't want to put it at 1 or 0. So if you put it at a 10, that's taxing on your system. I think my system could handle it, but like 10, I believe, is the lowest that you should ever that I think Pete recommends. So that's 10. Is the you can pull it out here? It looks like that's the buyers are making their push. $16 milliseconds equals 60 frames per second. Yeah. So the thing is I don't even know if in the E-mini, I mean, I can see that it's a little different, but it's not like an appreciable difference for me. If I change this one, I can really tell, because you kind of get this. Let's see how much the numbers change. Well, those didn't all go at the same time, did they? I mean, I have a pretty beefy system, so I guess we might as well. I was just left the default though. Okay.
Heads up there. 10, but match reading.
Okay. Oh, really? I got 3 of all that. Okay, I'll try it. Here, I'll show you. It's 144. Where do you go? Where does it show up? It's not in here. No, it's not in here because it's display settings. There we go. And then you come down to no, it's not advanced scaling settings. Advanced display settings. And this one. So it's a ROG. Okay, and then you go monitor 144 hertz. See? Okay, well, it did continue through. I kind of saw an exit. I took it. It's cool. Isn't 144 is like Gamer's Guide to refresh rates and response times? I mean, for streaming purposes, if I bring this over here, I don't want to take it right here. It's fine. At 18, sorry, at 16 is kind of, I might look at it again. Output, or is it in advanced? High quality, no. Come on, where is it? I always have a hard time here. Oh, here we go. 60 frames per second. So for the stream, anything below that is... Do I have any idea what update interval prints is? Oh, that one. Oh, oh, I didn't notice that one. Let's go look. Okay. Manual. Depth and sales. Parameter settings. Okay. Update interval. The data feed for market depth can be updated thousands of times a second. This is much more than a human can read. Most PCs have the capacity to process that many depth of messages in memory, but the graphics adapters become a bottleneck. If we pushed every change to the screen, this would cause a performance hit. What we do is post the depth to the screen in the following circumstances. When the inside bid or ask moves up or down, If the inside bid or ask does not move, we post the depth at regular intervals. The preset interval is 200 milliseconds. If you're having issues on an older PC, the one solution is to set this to a higher interval. Interval prints, this setting tells us how many prints the current trades column we allow between intervals. Again, everything is processed in memory, so no trade data is allowed. The default setting is 20. That means we will update the current trades columns 20 times per interval. If these are more than 20 trades, these will be pushed to the screen at the next interval. Again, you can set this to a higher number, but there is no point in setting it to too high because you will not be able to absorb the data, and it could cause a potential bottleneck. Of course, if the inside bid ask moves, any remaining current trades will be pushed to the screen before we hit the new level. On my trading PC, I set the update interval to 20 milliseconds without any performance impact. I do not change the update interval prints settings. But if you put Ninja IB and Jigsaw DOMs next to each other, it will be noticeable that the Jigsaw DOM is updating ahead of the other two. There is no benefit in reducing the interval to 1. It is not necessary to see the changes each millisecond. When the changes are coming through that quickly, you will not be able to read them anyways. Okay. And I'm guessing that you were using a Zerv was coming in here and saying 1 divided by 144 equals 0.0069. So that's why he was saying 7. Well, let's do that then. We'll change this to 7.
Oh, minute.
Seven, and I did and now this one, right? 7. Okay. Well, we'll try that. So the question for you guys watching is,
minus 2% month. I've been to mine. 5%, that's higher than S. Can't read. Only enough. Minus
0.5 versus negative 0.1. That's good. So the question for you guys watching is has that made a change and did that fix the thing, or did it make a change but it didn't fix the problem that you were seeing? Zerv, I think that's what it means. That was how I read it. It was like, how many times would you update the current trades each interval? Too much math going on here. Right. Well, I personally notice a difference when I change that. I don't know if it's necessarily a good difference because it is a little bit more fidgety. But, okay, so that was a really good, quick downtick. Okay. Let's see that 16.5 pull, please. I'm gonna move this because I'm kind of don't want to get too committed into something because I do have to leave at the bottom of the hour. Or, sorry, not the bottom of the hour, but like at 8:30. Look at the E-mini go. Go, go, go. Yes, sir. $26.95 was my big level the other day. So I would be very, very happy to see it above that if they can manage. I really should have pulled the trigger on calls this morning. I don't know. The volatility gets expensive, so the buying the calls isn't as great. As long as volatility doesn't come down really quickly, I guess it would be okay. Boom, 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 boom. I mean, I like the idea. Spread them. There's a couple of new names that I see in the YouTube chat today, so welcome. Ugh. So that's not. I always hate it when you see. You want to see it tick through, and there's an iceberg there. Of course. Okay. Okay, that's 16. Not quite pulling. The E-mini is just on a tear. Look at that go. I mean, look at that go. Wow. Still not pulling at 16. Well, should I take the one? I think I should. Okay. So Delta's kind of holding there, but they are kind of making it look like that they reached a short-term high. Hmm. I think I might get filled here still. Okay, so yes, going through some support there.
These up.
Okay. If you could just, 1,000 into 16.5, please. Yep, she's thick. Yeah, that was all fake. Like that. I'm like at the back of the queue. So that's not good. Because that says that they're pulling that it's a lure. Or at least it increases the chances that it could be a lure. If they pull and I find that I'm still at the back of the queue. Okay. Oh, they took it. That's good. +4. Okay, well, I got like 20 minutes. So I'm gonna go make sure that the kids are like ready. And I don't think I'm gonna take any more trades, but I don't know. I kind of feel like that the E-mini took a really good run there. But it is still not above the craziness of yesterday. We took out the single prints. I mean, I want to see much more, coming up, but I'm gonna bring this over here. Bring this over here, and we're gonna draw some pictures here. Okay. So, what are the chances that it does this? Well, that could happen, but I'm not so sure that that's really what you want. I think it'd be better if we did something like
Canada's trade minister.
we come up today, then we test this level right here, and then we make it higher high. That would be a little bit more, you know? Something like that. So that's why I'm kind of a little fidgety here about my trade. Where did I take it short from? 17. Oh, I totally had the right spot. Oh, good for me. Then this one, where was it? 18.5. That one's unfortunate because I was right, really. I mean, I was wrong about the price, but I was definitely correct that they were about done. I was reading something for sure. And this one was unfortunate too because that one could have been like 10 or 12 ticks, but you know, I got 4 favorable ticks out of it and then gave up on it. So that's kind of dumb of me, but you know, when we come back and look at it, I mean, here's the thing that I think was dumb about it was like I saw the volume. It came here, and I thought, well, I better take my 1 tick. But I really should have just held on to that. I mean, I should have taken a profit here, and I should have gotten long here just because it was, you know, it was higher. But the other one's kind of hard because I don't know if the order flow is really telling us something or showing that was a buy per se, you know. Whereas this one, especially when we took that one was a great. And then probably when we got to 18.5, obviously we should have held that for a bit more. So that was some real trend, and I'm having a hard time recognizing when the trend is really over or not. And let's post my Bitcoin charts.
up then just storage. Gas, salt, 12 at piece. set up, then just time. I guess.
Okay, so 8:30. We had to move up there. I'm wondering, did my notepad has not taken them on? Well, I'm not quite sure what my my thing's problem here is. I wonder if I take is that the oil report that's going on?
That's a build of 58. I'd float build of 60. Okay.
Oops. Volume. We should run it from just this week. And this is should be 10 and what 8 and 10. 8, 12, 10, yes. 10, 10, blah, 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 run. Well, it says it takes 7. Just not any today. Huh. Okay, it's actually, maybe it's doing the right thing. Especially if I change it to like my trading hours. Then it doesn't even take one today and yesterday. So interesting. I might want to change it up a little bit because I want it to take a trade at least every day. I think there should be there's some room to modify things a little bit because it's still not quite taking them out, you know? Okay, E-minis come back up here and it is not as high. So that concerns me a little bit. And yeah, well, I guess that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Good day, 4 ticks. Net. 3 good trades. I don't know if that completely wipes out some of my poor choices earlier in the week, but I think it's close. And I think my read was a lot better today. And we got to mess around with the DOM. I thought that was fun. So, thanks everyone. I will see you tomorrow.